station, but don't forget about SuperTalk TV. We are on your computer or your mobile device. And today we're catching up with one of our favorites at Palmer Home for Children. The Radiothon is happening quick like in a hurry. The 12th annual is coming up on July 11th. And Andre Crawford, she is the education specialist with Palmer Home, is joining us to gear us up and get us ready. Hey, Andre.
Hi, Rebecca. How are you?
Can you believe it is Radiothon time again?
I know, we are so excited, so excited.
And it's not like right around the corner because it's still July 11th, but the rate in which weeks are flying by, Andre, it might as well be next week.
It is. It moves very quickly.
And it's always a lot of fun, and it's hard to believe that we'll be there. This will be our 12th year there, but it's always a good time to share all the great things that you guys do there every day. It's not just on Radiothon Day or, once a year that you're up to good things there. That is just sort of the name of the game all year round. So you're the education specialist, and you really focus on your discovery camps and more. So kind of tell us a little bit more about those.
Certainly. So a month before Radiothon, we will host, this is our third year, to have Discovery Camp here at Palmer Home at our Wellness Center. What it is designed for are teens, our 14 to 17-year-olds, and it's a week that we set aside to really focus each day on a different aspect of growing leaders, working on leadership and life skills. We bring in community professionals with a career fair. We have individuals from the community that come and pour into our children. We have a lot of food, fun, fellowship, and as I say, it's always fun to be learning alongside it. So we have a really good week with Discovery Camp.
So education is a big piece of what happens there at Palmer Home. And I'm taking for granted, Andre, that maybe our listeners are just super familiar. They should be by now if they have been listening for the last 12 years with the Radiothon and learning and getting to know what you guys do. But let's back up just a second. For those who may just be tuning into Good Things for the first time or maybe has never joined us for Radiothon, how do you sort of describe Palmer Home and what you guys do there on a daily basis as a whole?
We really focus on the children and their families. Children especially, when they come to us, we work with a whole child model. So we're looking to grow our children in 5 areas, both spiritually, physically, emotionally, socially, and academically. And, of course, that's where the piece that I come in with academically. But it is definitely a team effort of all staff, house parents, caregivers. Everyone works together. Just this week, we have whole child meetings where everyone sits around a table and we discuss the aspects of that with for each child and setting goals and trying to attain those goals, working alongside the staff and the children.
So that education piece, that goes back to what I was leading into, is so important because oftentimes when the children find themselves at Palmer Home, maybe they're not up to speed with kids of their grade, or maybe there's been, a learning struggle that was overlooked due to whatever reasons. So when they first make it to Palmer Home, what kind of assessment or help or sort of encouragement do they get from your department, Andre, there at Palmer Home in terms of education?
Well, certainly, we do. When children come to the door, we assess them in many different ways. Academically is just one way. We look at those core areas of reading and math. We do some informal and formal assessments with each child. And again, with that team effort, taking a look at where are those areas of need, but really celebrating those areas of strength. We know that, I say the word mathemagicians. We have a lot of kids that are really, really excel in math. We have some children that may need a little bit of more support or help, and that's what we're here for, the academic support. We have an education specialist, Miss Abby Gray, is on our staff as well, and she works with our school children and our tutoring program. And so we identify those areas through testing and assessment that we can really focus and drill down. There may be a certain skill or a certain area of reading or math in those core areas that we can really assist and help with. And we work diligently all throughout the week. We also monitor our children's progress through grades, assessments, tests, reports, and things like that, just to make sure that our kids are progressing and thriving, because that's what we want to do. We want to change those trajectories. Though they may come to us a little bit behind, we do hope that we're able to get them in the right direction, providing that academic support and getting them on the road to success.
And y'all do that so often because often when we're there for the Radiothon, it usually always takes place in July. This year for the 12th annual Palmer Home for Children Radiothon, that's going to be on July 11th, always on a Thursday too. We get to talk to graduates who just recently graduated. So many listening to good things. May has just been full of graduations and celebrations, whether that's from high school or either college. And so we get to partake in that with some of the kids too that just graduated high school. They're going on to higher education, or they finally, made it through their college, because Palmer Home don't just cut ties once they graduate high school. You guys have long-term connections with all the students
Right.
kids that sort of come through.
I always say, Rebecca, they may leave our doors, but they don't leave our hearts. So they're always with us.
And that education piece is so important, Andre, because we would love to think that all families, are made whole and restored, and that's just not the case for all children. But every kid who leaves with an education has an opportunity to go on and make their own path, I think is one way of looking at it.
Exactly. We do celebrate the kids, as you were saying. I do work with our transition program, our 18 to 24-year-olds. We work with as college applications, financial aid packets. We help them maneuver that and provide that support as well so that they can work towards independent living, filling out a lot of those applications on their own. And we have several graduations. We're always so excited with our high school graduations, but as well as our college graduations. We had several graduates, and so it's a happy time. It's a great time.
Lots of cake, right? Lots of cake.
Yes.
That's the one best thing about graduation this time of year. It's just everybody's celebrating. Everybody's got cake, all the things do. And we always have cake too when it comes up to the Radiothon, which, as I mentioned, is happening July 11th. So what's buzzing around there? How are you guys getting ready? How are you encouraging folks to maybe get involved, or just thinking forward to that July 11th date for the Radiothon?
Well, we always love volunteers, mentors, anyone that wants to come in and help. We would love for anyone to volunteer their time. We love sponsors. We love anyone that can come in again and help and support our mission and what we do here at Palmer Home. So, again, just by reaching out through the a web page at www.palmerhome.org or reaching out to us that way would be a great way.
All righty, Andre. Well, we'll be there, not next week, literally, but figuratively. It's right around the corner. That's going to be July 11th, where we get to come in and take over for the whole 12 hours and just keep encouraging and educating people on all the good things that are going on there at Palmer Home for Children. So we look forward to seeing you in person soon.
All right. Sounds great, Rebecca. We look forward to seeing you all, and to all your listeners out there, especially teachers. I know it's almost the end of the school year, and we love all the things that teachers do and support, and we want to say thank you to all of them.
Amen. I second that. Thank you to teachers. Y'all deserve cake and then your long break this summer. So we'll see you soon, Andrea.
Okay. Thanks, Rebecca. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Miss Andre, always a fun conversation. She's one of many that will be with us on the day of the actual Radiothon. Again, that's happening July 11th. Mark your calendars. That's where it looks a little different here on Super Talk. From 6 o'clock in the morning to 6 p.m. that night, you're going to hear wonderful stories. You're going to hear about how Palmer Home for Children helps in changing lives of kids, not just in that area, but from all over, in all ages and all stages. And it sets them up for